Okay. Hello. How is everybody doing tonight? It is Wednesday. What is this? What month is this? July? Oh, it's August. It's August. It's Wednesday, August 7th. Crazy. How is everybody doing tonight? Well, we certainly have some things to talk about. I am just making sure that my the streaming, internet streaming, because apparently it's giving me some issues. So hopefully I'm heard and seen okay. We'll see. I mean, thank goodness last time I had issues it was just visual, not audio, so you can hear me just fine. Might as well just do a radio show, huh? Anyway, well, guess what? Here is episode 2, season 2. I've done quite a bit of work on it this past week. Got most of the video editing. Well, video editing is pretty much all complete. All the special effects are pretty much complete, besides the few that we're going to do tonight. And all the voiceover audio is pretty much complete. And so now all I'll have to add is like the audio effects, certain sound effects and music, and within a week or two, we should be posting this online. Excuse me, burp again. So, I was right, about 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah. What have I got to say? You know, I had a lot of things in my mind today. And before we get started, I'm just going to take a minute. Let's first see. Okay, let's just get into something. It's like, okay, you guys seen this actually in the trailer for season 2, but this moment is happening in the second episode, to where you have Karak the Elementalist is like kind of taking Lieutenant Dan for a ride. And all I had to do is basically copy and paste the effects from the trailer to here. I added a little bit, or I might add something else to this. I'm not sure. Or I might keep it as it is. I don't know. We'll see. I have time to play around with it, so let me do that. But what we're planning to do is, you see that arrow and you see the shadow right there? We're going to be putting shadows underneath arrows, because I got the arrows figured out, all of them figured out, and we're going to be going through those, putting shadows underneath them just to make them look like they're more in this environment. So hold on, let me get this. But like I said, I did have something on my mind that I wanted to talk about before we got started. But let me get this first. Okay, what's this? Why is this a composite shot? I have no idea. That's weird. Alright. Looking for number 2 or 3. Probably this one. Why is this a composite shot? I have no idea. Okay, maybe I'm going to number 4. Crazy. Ah, wait a minute, I saw number 2 for like a second. There we are. Oh no, that's Valhalla map right there. Then let me go to number 4. That's not what I'm looking for. Alright, gotta find the right composite shot. You think I would have this more organized, but no. What is here? What is behind door number? Ah, that's ToV logo. No, we don't need that. How about this? I think I already did this one. Yep, I did that one. That was 3. 4. Oh, I guess I'm going for 6. Yep, okay. Well, there's our first arrow, so that's what we'll work on. But yeah, just wanted to talk for a second, and gonna bring this music down just a little bit low. Just actually, wait a second. I don't have to. I can actually keep this and do it here. Okay, lowering the music down a little bit. Okay. So, just something's been on my mind over this weekend, and beginning of this week, and I just thought I'd share. Usually I'm not going to have moments of thoughts like this. It's just, okay, do the work and continue on. But I was talking with my wife this morning, and you know, whether or not I should say anything, and I'm like, okay, I will. And I'll try to keep it as brief as possible, because I wanna get to this. But no, it's about what conspired over the week, or what transpired over the weekend. And for those of you who are living in the I assume you're living in the United States. If not, in the United States, we had 2 mass shootings. One in Texas, one in Ohio. And Dayton, Ohio is about 4 hours away from us, north. So kind of close. But not anyone really want to discuss politics or anything about it. If you want to do that, come to my house. Sit on the couch, we'll talk. But it was more of just a personal feeling, like, and I know there's a lot of people out there that do a lot of good, but I really do feel, I do feel like that I can relate to know what it's like to kind of despair, and have like being down that path to where you would consider an act of violence. And I'm not saying I never considered shooting up people. That's not what I'm saying. But I know throughout my young life, like a lot of times these shooters, they're described as like very quiet, didn't talk to anybody, kept to themselves. Well, my younger years, I was very quiet. I didn't really talk to people, and I kept to myself. And I'm still, in many ways, a loner, although not so much. I appreciate friends. And it took people who became very good friends to be a support to get me out of that funk. Because, well, most of my adolescence, I had a very savage illness. I thought I was going to die young. I could still die young. But I thought I didn't have many years. I had suffered a lot. Not much reason for self-esteem, or self-confidence or anything. And it took a group of people who became friends who just said, hey, I mean, for me at least, to say, hey, you know, we're here for you. We're here for you. We're thinking about you. and we will be a support for you. And it really meant a lot, and it was a life-changing thing. And for and it really helped me find a purpose, and a lot of, and I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but it got to where it made me to who I am today, pursuing filmmaking, and doing that. It stemmed from that, so I'm very thankful for that. I mean, more than likely, I think the worst that could have happened to me is that I could have had suicidal tendencies, because when you have Crohn's disease, usually people with Crohn's disease tend to be rather depressed, because there's really not much to look forward to. Excuse me a second. And I know suicide is such a big thing. I mean, the suicide rate, especially for young people in this country, is very high. I mean, just actually earlier this year, I lost a family member, and I used to teach kindergarten, first grade, long time ago. But there was a young man, a teenager who I used to teach, who committed suicide as well. So, I mean, it's going on, and it's because I think a lot of it is because people don't have hope. They don't have a purpose in their life, and I think it's so important to find that. And I mean, if anyone's out there and they're stuck, I mean, no one's going to lift you out of that. You have to do it yourself. You can have people encouraging you, that's fine, but you got to make that step. And it's better, instead of hurting people, instead of like people that we've seen like this past weekend deciding to, hurt people. It's better to have a purpose to at least help people or inspire people, to make that choice to be a force for good rather than evil. And just something that I was thinking about and just carry on my mind. Macrobiotics, hi Jason. Hello, how are you doing? Hope the live stream's okay. It started out kind of wonky, so I'm hoping it's okay. Just having a heart-to-heart with myself. But anyway, it's like I said, I'm not going to discuss the politics or the situation or anything like that. It's not my purpose, not my thoughts, or it's not my intent for talking these past. Well, I guess it's been 10 minutes. It's been too long. I said a minute. It's been 10 minutes. But to just, I mean, no matter what situation you're going through in life, should never be a reason to despair. Even a bad situation, you should always motivate yourself to take that step to, if you can't, and I heard this from a speaker a long time ago, if you can't find a miracle, be a miracle for somebody else, because it is more satisfying in life to make a difference in someone's life rather than to try and gratify yourself in whatever selfish or hurtful way possible. It's better to be an inspiration. It's at the very least, it's better to see what you can do to help others rather than hurt others. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it sounded better this morning when I was talking to my wife. My wife was like, "That's so profound, you should write it down." I'm like, I didn't write it down. But I don't know, I might have to like recollect these thoughts and write about it sometime down the road. But I just know from my own personal experience, when it comes to dealing with suffering and despair and just wanting to end it all, it's better to fight for your life, and as I say, if it's moral, legal, and ethical, pursue it and do it, and just be an inspiration and light for others. So anyway, that is over with, and yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. So let's see what's happening here. Like I was saying, getting started, getting close to getting almost done with episode 2. I could have it out by next Wednesday. I could like do a live stream premiere of this next Wednesday, but I'll probably wait 2 weeks just to make sure that I'm not rushing things. And in that process, I'll probably already be starting episode 3 and getting that edited as well. But that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I could possibly have it ready by Wednesday. If by this Sunday, if I have everything ready and it looks good and sharp and clear, then I'll announce it. I'll live stream it. I'll live stream a premiere next Wednesday and release it that following weekend. But more than likely it'll be 2 Wednesdays from now, which is fine. Okay, so what we are doing is, okay, you see arrow here. Now we're going to create a shadow, and I already figured out how to do this earlier today. This other composite shot. You can see kind of see a shadow on the bottom here. So I just got to remember what I did. Okay, so I made a copy. All right, so I'm making a copy or a duplicate of this, and I'm just going to give it a different color. And now, that's what I love about hit film, is that you can always copy and paste things. It's wonderful. So something I did earlier today, I don't have to do every single step. I can just copy and paste and kind of show you what I'm doing here. Hold on. See here, paste, color balance, okay. So what I'm going to do, thank you, Jason. Looks and pretty sounds good at the moment. And it says here, this is interesting, it says Macrobiotics is now hosting you. What does that mean, Jason? I have never seen that before. I don't know what that means. Macrobiotics is now hosting you. Does that mean you're live streaming my live stream, or I don't know. No idea. Anyway. Okay. And like I always say, it's always hard to talk and do this stuff at the same time. So, just going to put this here, put it down. Pretty much if someone were to go to my channel, they would see your video. Gotcha. Okay, so you basically kind of shared. Okay. That was my guess. Alright, so creating a shadow of this arrow. And it's already moving in the same path and trajectory as this arrow. Kind of. I might have to change position a little bit. Actually, that should be fine. It makes it look like it's moving, then whizzing past his chin. I'm cool with that. But we do have to change this. So bring this back down. Because we can't have it hit Gimp either. Oh, that's a dip. Why does that dip? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why does that? It shouldn't be dipping. I don't get that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think what I need to do is actually have this start out. I think it's because this starts that way. As a way for people who only follow me to discover your content. Yeah, it's so thrilling. It's me basically messing up on Hit Film every Wednesday. Alrighty. Now, let's see here. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people who probably watch you via... Oh, great. And now... Now something probably happened with the live stream. Hold on. You're still... Okay, thank you. I saw something in a video preview that just totally blanked out and said something was going on with my browser, which it shouldn't. Alright. Anyway. Moving on. Alright, so there is the shadow, but that looks a little too dark. So we have to change that, and I have to go back here and see what did I do here. Oh, I probably changed the opacity. Yep. Brought that opacity down to like 20%. Alright, so that's what we'll do. Excuse me a second. Burping. Always burping when I talk. Alright. So, let's go back to here. And I'm just going to bring the opacity down to 20. And as it goes through here, we should have... Yep, there we go. Something you can barely see, especially with this in the way, but it's there. You can kind of see it there against the ground. Perfect. So you can just see it looks like it's whizzing by. And one thing I'm going to do is change this trajectory a little bit, because I don't want to be like, because afterward there's a wide shot and it shows like GIMP is right here, and I don't want to make it look like the arrow is supposed to hit GIMP because it's not supposed to. See, Twitch player always crashes for me when hosting. Usually doesn't mean the live stream failed. Yeah. I know, usually it doesn't. It just... I just never know what's going on with Twitch. I just always pray for the best. And I always ask people who are watching, is everything okay? Alright, so this is looking good. It just looks like this is just going past their noses. And anyway, on related news to Tales of Valhalla, do we know that we surpassed 200 views already for episode 1 season 2? It's a good goal to hit. And I already have like over 150 subscribers. That's, yeah, Jason's saying that's a good start. It is a good start. And I noticed something like really, like I had been planning to do this when I was editing episode 1. That the 2 battle scenes at the beginning could very well be just little video segments in their own right. So I thought, well, I'm just going to release them individually because some people might not want a whole like 10 episode story. They just might want little battle scenes just to see the action. So I released this past Sunday the first battle in episode 1, which is Utgar versus Jandar armies, basically, at a Helm's Deep type castle. And that's like a minute and a half long, that battle scene. And I already have 60 plus views on it, which is cool. But, or did I release it Sunday or release it? Yeah, I think it was Sunday. But anyway, the funny thing was, I mean, it's from the same episode I released a few weeks ago, okay? And and nothing against people on Heroescapers, but I posted the first episode on Heroescapers saying, you know, this is Tales of Valhalla. This is the first episode of this series coming out. No comments at all. I think the views, and people probably went on YouTube, but no comments on Heroescapers itself. I posted that first battle scene. That first battle scene is the first battle you've seen in episode 1, but I posted that first battle scene just on its own on YouTube, and then I posted that battle scene video segment onto Heroescapers, and with its title, a Heroescape stop motion battle, whatever I put it up on. And wouldn't you know, within basically overnight, 2 comments from people saying, "Oh, this is so cool." I'm like, it's the same thing I posted. But anyway, so at least it works, and so I'll release the second battle scene as well on its own, which is basically Mara army versus Vidar, which is a really cool battle scene. I think it's one of my favorite battle scenes, and it took the longest to make too. And get that posted, and people will probably be like, "Oh, okay, this is cool," and subscribe. Just anything to get attention, Okay, so we're gonna pre-render this and see what it looks like. It's looking good. I like it a lot. Zoom. Yeah, that shadow just makes it just so much better. It looks like it's inhabiting that space so much better, so that's good. Alright. On to more arrows. Okay, so save this, get that shot out of the way, and going to move to, let's see here, let me find number 7, right there. Alright, oh, and I suppose I can, since I'm done with my heart-to-heart talk, I can raise this music back up a little bit, because it was a little lower. If it covers my voice, let me know, but I think that's the volume I had it before. Alright, and so in this one we've got 3 orcs, one firing one arrow, one firing another arrow, and another fighting another arrow at the end there. Another orc's coming out. So, and this is the one I was having trouble with last week. And let me show you, because I know I ended last Wednesday with a problem, and I'll show you how I fixed it. So I'm not going to show exactly what happened, but basically, let's bring out this arrow here, like this arrow here. So this arrow, like, I'd mask around this figure, and basically the arrow is just standing here until it moves. When this moves, and then it moves forward. But I have like 2 parts arrow, so I 3D flip it to make it look like it's got 4 bristles instead of just 2D space. But the problem in doing that was it would jut out, since it is 3D, and jut out of its space. So, and go back to last Wednesday's episode, and you'll see what I mean. If you're watching this on YouTube, yeah, just go to the previous episode. Then this, whatever episode number this is, go to the one before, and you'll see what issue I had. But anyway, what I had to do was basically at the start, and this is a simple fix. And I was thinking of doing this when the problem occurred. I just knew it would take time to manage. But the opacity I just brought down to 0, so you don't see anything at all. So it's basically not there. And then as it's coming out, I bring the opacity back up slowly, and so that way, and there it is, 4 bristles. And that seemed to take care of that issue, so it doesn't look like there's like an arrow sticking out of his arm or anything like that. So that was basically what I did. Just, you know, brought the opacity down to 0 and brought it back up as soon as it comes out of the air, out of the quiver, out of the bow. Me and words. Okay. So, but what we are doing is, okay, gonna apply some shadows. Let's see here, what time do we have left? 37, 47, okay, we have about 20 minutes. We should probably do all of these shadows on here, we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna go first, do this one. Bring this down, because, yeah, okay, the shadow should be coming out there somewhere. Alright, so, I'm gonna duplicate. Oh, Jason, I'm asking you this on live stream, but did you get my text message about a week and a half ago? You can say yes or no, just so I know. If not, I can send you an email. I mean, if you got it, then I'll know you know, and you'll contact me sometime. But just wanted to... Oh, you didn't? Okay. Then I hope I have your phone number. I mean, sometimes actually my phone doesn't send text messages because where I'm living now, it's basically in the middle of nowhere. So sometimes my phone just doesn't send text messages. So I'll send it to you via email sometime tonight or tomorrow, and then you can see what I wrote. Sorry. Yeah, I was wondering because I'm just like, I haven't heard from you, so my phone might not have sent that text. So it's okay. I'll send it to you via email. No problemo. Okay, so let's go here. And go here, and we're gonna again copy and paste the color balance. Copy. Okay, it's got the color balance on there. Now we just gotta change his position. Now the only problem here is I might have to do an opacity thing here as well. Yeah, I think I might have to. Or what I can... No, I'll do something even more simple. But first, let me just do this. Okay. Bring this down here. And move this over to where it's over there. Bring it down there. Alright, looks fine with me. And now I'm bringing this opacity to 20. shadow. Kind of want this to be actually a little bit lower. So, because I want it to be along the ground here. Come on, get down, get down. Alright. Let's see how that works. Yeah, a lot better. Okay, good, good. That looks great. Now, I could do this very simple. But I don't know if that'll work. See, I was thinking of just like keeping that out, but that really ain't gonna work. So what I might have to do is mask it. And so I'll have to just do a little bit of masking work after, which is fine. Okay. Because yeah, I mean, you see how the shadow's here, but there's no arrow. There's no arrow yet. The arrow comes here, so what I'll have to do is I'd have to mask like around this area and then have it come out like that. So, but that, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that later. But besides that, it looks fine. Zoom. Yeah, excellent. And so we'll just go to these other ones. There's that one. Alright. So again, duplicate. And I already have this color balance ready. And the same thing for this one. Just have to bring the shadow down. First, I'll just bring this down like so. And yeah, exactly. All right. Instead of having this flying off like whoo, you have to bring this down over here. Exactly. And bring this opacity down to 20. I just absolutely love hit film. Zoom. It just gives it so much more depth to the to the shot. I mean, instead of the arrow just being on its own, just having a shadow-like thing. Always keep that in mind if you're doing these type of animations, to make whatever special effects that you're putting in to be as integrated with the shot as possible. Oh, Jason, I haven't posted this like on Instagram or anything yet, but I have a shot to show you before I wrap up tonight. You know the pit trap glyph from the HeroScape game? I want to show you something I did with it that we're going to see in episode 2, but I'll just give you a sneak preview of what I've done with it so far. But first, let's get the rest of this. Rest of these shadow arrows done. Just one more to do. Alright. Now we got this one. And this is where this one comes out, so. Okay, and that's as low as that'll go, I think. No, we're gonna still try and... Yeah, I know I have to move it a little more up. Alright, and then bring this one down as well. I think that's good. Back here. Gonna bring this opacity down to 20 again for this arrow. And yep, there it is. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful. It is a thing of beauty. Like I said, and masking, I'll just have to mask to make sure the shadow of these arrows pop out from this area instead of being like around here where they shouldn't be. And that's simple enough to do, but let me just here. First save, always good to save. Let me pre-render this. Alright, let's take a look. Zoom. Zoom. Right, I didn't see that second one. Hold on. Okay, there it is. Zoom, yep. That third one... Yes. Yeah. Just one of those things that if it wasn't there, you might not notice it at all, but since it is there, I'll just give it so much more depth. Alright. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Alright, so saving, and like I said, I'll mask through that later. Okay, so we're just about wrapped up then, and now I'm gonna give you guys a kind of a sneak preview. Now first I gotta find this. Here, let me just go. Let's see here. Jump, 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 jump around, jump around, jump around. Jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around. Don't want to give away too much here. Alright, okay. Let me see. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so that's 13, number 13. Alright. So that's what I'm looking for is composite shot number 13. There we are. Okay, so Jason, I hope you're watching. I hope you're ready for this. Now, it's just I just wanted some type of little like vortex thing that sucks in, because I already like did a practical effect where they kind of like go into the glyph themselves, but I wanted some type of a just mystical vortex thing that they get sucked into, and just to provide that magic element of what Heroescape is and what Valhalla is. And so I took this from Triune Films, or the Triune store, Film Ryan Connolly's store. Their what pack is it called? Like Destruction Pack or something like that. It's all their sci-fi visual effects that you can add on to your stuff. And I used this one, Vortex Muzzle Side. So it's actually it's supposed to be like a muzzle flash, but I was able to work it in as like just like a spinning vortex to where, and darken it a little bit. I was trying to make it like really dark, but this was good enough. And then of course some masking to, you know, make it look like it's not covering. Again, masking is always a great tool to use to make whatever type of special effect element you're putting into the shot, make it look more like it's actually in that space. So yeah, there's the orc just falling right into the pit trap. I imagine it's almost like a genie in the bottle type thing, to where whatever creatures go into the pit trap, they're just in like a pit of some kind, and it's just a holding area until they get released again. And I think that way because that's kind of what's going to happen during this these next two seasons. For a certain character is actually going to, because the reason why we have that pit trap glyph, because a character is going to get sucked into it and then get released from it sometime later on. Spoiler, I know, but I'm not going to tell you what character it is. Yeah, and then just that little ding of light. Boom. And so I still got to get a good sound effect for this too as well. But yeah, that's that. So I'm thinking next Wednesday, either yeah, we are wrapping up now because the hour is up. But I'm thinking next week, if I have everything nearly done, I'll either do a virtual escape build, or I'll just be premiering this episode. So we'll see. I'll know by the weekend. And Captain Clown. Hi, Captain Clown. How are you doing? Sorry, did you just come on? I think we just had a viewer join us, and we're just about to wrap up. But anyway, and just as a final goodbye for the Twitchverse, my name is Ryan. I'm producer of a stop motion web series called Tales of Valhalla: The Aftermath Chronicles. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Clown. Yeah, we're just actually finishing up. Sorry, but like I was just showing, this is one of the special effects that I was just working on for this particular miniature, getting sucked into a pit trap glyph. If you're familiar with Heroescape at all. But yeah, we have a YouTube channel called Tales of Valhalla: The Aftermath Chronicles. And wait, Jason's asking me something. Drop the YouTube link in the chat before you stop. That's probably a good idea, isn't it? Here, hold on. I usually just say, go to YouTube, type in the search bar Tales of Valhalla, and you should find us, but I will do something better tonight and actually copy and paste it this time. Here we go. Boom. There you are. That should be it. That should be the Tales of Valhalla channel right there. And basically, stop motion action satire series based off the board game Heroescape. And we already have season 1, 10 episodes done years ago. Currently working on seasons 2 and 3. Have episode 1 of season 2 already out. I released it a couple weeks ago. Working on episode 2 of season 2. And these are 10 episode seasons, so still have 19 more episodes to bring out of stop motion, miniature wargaming, action style. As good as I can get it on a me budget type of production. Anyway, appreciate the subscriberships, appreciate the likes, and and we're almost wrapped up. So, anyone has any questions in this next minute, let me know. If not, then I will just say goodbye and good night, because I really need to rest. Because I'm starting to get up earlier in the mornings just to do more work, and that it seems to work out okay, except for the fact that I'm just tired all day. And I have a 1-year-old son, and he sleeps and doesn't want to sleep any more than he has to, and it's like, and then you're tired and going through all day with him. But no, he's a wonderful kid. But anyway, it's just has to do with all this lack of sleep, and try to get as much as I can while doing all the work that I can. But anyway, okay, no questions, no comments, no concerns. So I will take off then. Thank you everybody for joining, Captain Clown. Please join us again next Wednesday. I'm live streaming basically every Wednesday around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So come join us next Wednesday. Always a fun time. And Jason, thanks for the share and for joining me. And I will wrap it up then. Okay. Everyone have a good night, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.